Namaste everyone. As usual, we start with 3 ohms. And even before we begin, you can all visualize all of us within in this group to establish the group consciousness. It'll have better impact. So let's begin with 3 ohms. Our usual disclaimer: when you attend this session, you do so with the understanding you're responsible for your own well-being. Life in Yoga and I don't take any responsibility for the outcome of your participation here. So please exercise caution in what you do and follow the rule of yoga. That is, there can be no strain whatsoever in whatever you do. Everything has to be done smoothly and with gentle effort, very light effort. And as the Yoga Sutra says, effort should be so light whereby you can have meditative engrossment in what you're doing. So watch your breath and make sure breath is always slow and smooth. That will generally prevent any strained motion of any kind. So let's begin with the chakra vibration. And once again, for people who have joined, think of everybody here inside you to establish the group consciousness. It will lift up everybody, all our awareness together. So bring your awareness to the perineum, and as you squeeze at the perineum, we do Lam, pressing on the little finger with the thumb. No. Lam. Lam. Release the fingers, continue. Lam. Bring the awareness an inch or so above the perineum, behind the pubic area. As you draw in there, we do Vam, pressing on the ring finger with the thumb. Vam. Release the fingers. Continue. Last time. Bring your awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body. As we draw in there, we do Ram, pressing on the middle finger with the thumb. Ram. Release the hand. Continue. Now bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do Yam. Take a deep breath in, and as we do that, press on the index finger with the thumb. Yam. Release the hand. Continue. Last time. Bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum, thumbs up, loose fist. Hum. Release the hands. Continue. Bring your awareness to the middle of the head, and here we do chum, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the hand, continue. Chum. Last time. Top of the middle of the head, we do Om, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the hand, continue. Last time. One more time. Keep your awareness within. Observe the lightness you feel within. And if you know how to do the Ujjayi Pranayama, please continue. If your wrist and palms are stiff or painful, stretch out the hand and rest it comfortably somewhere on your lap or someplace. Lift up the palms perpendicular to the forearm and stretch out the fingers and continue the Ujjayi. And if there is anybody who needs instruction to do the Ujjayi, the key idea is just to feel a sucking sensation as you inhale and a reverse sensation as you exhale. The easiest way to do that in a way where you do without any strain whatsoever is to focus on the throat at the bottommost part of the mouth and make a big smile with the cheeks coming out. You feel the stretch there. Keep the focus there and do the breathing slowly. For those of you who came a little later, please visualize the entire group, every one of us over here within you, that makes the group consciousness, and you will feel a difference within yourself as well as everybody else will be benefited by you. Another reminder, today being Sunday, we have an extra half hour for discussions. As you continue the Ujjayi, we can do shoulder rotations. Last shoulder rotation. We continue the Ujjayi, hands at the chest. Inhale, stretch up and look up. Exhale, bring the hands down by the side. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now make a fist and bend at the wrist and bring it into the chest, chin down. Continue the Ujjayi. Inhale, open out. Exhale, make the fist again and bring the fist in. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we continue with the elbows in line with the shoulders, fists below the chin. Inhale, go around the wrist, open out the palms, and exhale in Ujjayi and come in again and continue the Ujjayi. Last inhalation and last exhalation. In this motion, we continue the Ujjayi in reverse motion. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Today we can follow a different sequence. Let's start with Kapalbhati for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we will do Bhramari. So for Kapalbhati, for those of you who know it, please begin. But remember, there should be no strain in what you do. Take a deep breath in, feel the belly come out, and compress it, hold it tight, and from there begin the exhalation. Quick exhalation is like snorting, like blowing your nose, At the moment you do that, immediately there is a recoil motion whereby you automatically inhale. So the focus is only on exhalation. So please continue. Now let's do 3 Brahmaris. Now we will do 10 breaths of Bahya Kumbhakas. So the Bahya Kumbhaka is done by, as you exhale, you lift up the pelvic floor, take the abdominal area in as you continue to exhale, and you empty the chest completely and bring the chin down to the chest. Hold out the breath as long as you can comfortably. And when you're ready to inhale, you take a slow, deep breath again. Once the full breath has been taken, you again begin the same process of exhaling. No spare breath in between each breath. Last exhalation. Now we can go on to our spinal alignment, the spinal twisting. So we will twist to the right, left, and back with the sound ah, chin down with the humming sound. So let's take a deep breath in and to the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Second round to the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Now, third round to the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Fourth round to the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Last round to the right. To the left. To the back. Chin to the chest. Now, we cross one leg over the opposite thigh, get hold of the knee on the top, And as you exhale, bring it towards the opposite shoulder as you turn the head the other way while you squeeze at the perineum, and we do lum. Take a deep breath. Lum. Last time. Let's cross the other leg over. Same thing. Take a deep breath in. Last time. Bring your awareness to the top of the head. We do Ah or Om 3 times. Whichever makes you feel better, take a deep breath in. Now we can stand up, and those of you who don't have good balance, if you like, you can be seated on your chair. And those of you who are standing, you can keep your feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider so that you can have good balance. Now, bring your hands to your hips behind the back, all of us, including those seated. Inhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch slightly tilted in the direction where you're pressing, the hand is pressing. Exhale, come up. Inhale, push on the other side. Exhale, come up. Continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now let's get the hands behind the back and get hold of the elbows. Take a deep breath in, pull back the shoulders, lift up the chin, and lean backwards to stretch the spine. Inhale and exhale into the stretch. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly come up. And with each exhalation, lean forward from the hips, keeping the chin up and shoulder pulled back. As you inhale and exhale, feel the stretch from the bottom of the feet to the hips. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release your hands and bring it towards the floor. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to the left and stay there. Feel the twist in the hips mostly, and also the shifted weight in the legs. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to the right. Take another deep breath in, as you exhale, come into the middle. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, pulling on your ankles, bring yourself further down and drop your head and bring it in between the knees. Take a deep breath in and slowly come up. And bring your hands to your hips. And those who are seated, if you can hold something for balance, we can all go around the hips. Inhale, half a circle, come to the front. Exhale, go backward. And as you go in circles, feel the shifting weight from one leg to the other. Last inhalation and last exhalation in this direction, then we go reverse. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Take your seat and we do the alternate nostril breathing. Begin inhalation from the left nostril, exhale through the right, inhale through the right and exhale through the left to complete one cycle of a pair of breaths. We do 3 pairs. Now we go on to the spinal mantra. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Heim I'm Om, 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 Heim I'm Om. Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim. So now we can go on to our Bhastrika Pranayam. So let's get ready. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 inhale. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5, exit, 6, exit, 7, exit, 8, exit, 9, exit, 10, exit, 11, exit, 12, exit, 13, exit, 14, exit, 15, exit, 16, exit, 17, exit, 8, exit, 9, exit, 20, exit. Ujjayi Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Let's go on to the second round. Exit. Inhale. Exit. 2. Exit. 3. Exit. 4. Exit. 5. Exit. 6. Exit. 7. Exit. 8. Exit. 9. Exit. 10. Exit. 11. Exit. 12. Exit. 13. Exit. 14. Exit. 15. Exit. 60. Exit. 70. Exit. 80. Exit. 90. Exit. 20. Exit. Ujjayi Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Now, let's go on to the last round of Bhastrika. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. 20. Exhale. Ujjayi Kumbhaka followed by Brahmari. Now we get ready for meditation. Mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything, I let go of everything, I let go of everything. As you let go of everything, feel a lightness come onto your shoulders or perhaps the whole body. If you have a preferred method of meditation, you can do that. If not, visualize a rising vibration from behind the lower part of the sternum going through you and out of the top of the head. And that flow that is going through you, visualize it as 3 vibrations. Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om. And as you do that, we will have Om playing in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the soul and spirit. Mentally visualize your spirit, your chitta, outside your body, far above elsewhere. And let the chitta affirm, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which the chitta has entered this body. Visualize a downflow from the spirit into the body and become aware of the senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. The senses given to us for this body to fulfill the purpose for which it has been born. Whenever you are ready to open the eyes, raise the palm of your hands. And when you open the eyes, a sliver looks straight into the palm of the hands. And feel the vibrations. And integrate yourself with the vibrations. So that the body, mind, and spirit are integrated to perform whatever it is meant to do in this lifetime. If there are any questions or topics for discussions, anybody can unmute and ask a question.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan. I have a question.
Yes.
I just want, please, can you explain me what is this? I read about it, super brain yoga, in which it is like in old days when they used to give punish to the children that when you use your both hands and sit down and then breathe in and sit up, breathe out, and they say with the super brain yoga, your brain cells, your memory increases, and they have done in. So what is this science behind it? And they say that it was in yoga. I couldn't understand even that Thapu Karanam, they called it. So I like, please explain.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is the process is effectively, there are three components in it. One component is they hold the opposite ears like this. And in holding the ears, some people think there are the acupressure points in the ears that get stimulated.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is, when you inhale, you bend at your knees and come down. And when you exhale, you come up. And essentially the breathing is almost like an Ujjayi pranayama that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people claim these things, you see, when there are multiple things integrated, you don't know what exactly is happening.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you see, here we are doing our Ujjayi pranayama, which does stimulate the brain, right?
Yes.
And so if there is any special element related to the acupuncture or acupressure points in the ears, that may be the added one. Now we have to be very careful that when we say anything like this, if there is anything like properly done, validated research, then that is of value. Then in which case there needs to be a test done between simply doing Ujjayi and doing this to see whether there is a difference or not. Otherwise, we don't know what it is. There is a tendency among people to kind of something that they have discovered which they didn't know, suddenly it was helpful for them to kind of, blow the media space and say, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? So that kind of a thing happens and people say these things. I won't say they are bad or wrong or whatever. All I will say is that there are components of it that are similar to Ujjayi and our breathing that we do, and it needs to be parsed out as to whether there is additional effect or it is the same effect done in a different motion.
I see. Because there was a article also on YouTube, of course, maybe wrong. There's CBS News, and then there was something in NIH. They say they did study on the children that they found their brain means memory increase. So that's why I was very curious that is it worth doing it?
See, the thing is basically what happens is there is a concept within the rituals that are associated in various temple things where they actually knock the head like this over here. And they consider it as stimulating the brain over there, when they do that. So all of that may be the case, but unless, if you have the research which you have seen, you see, YouTubes are very interesting things, but I much rather see a paper that is published in a PubMed journal where the quantitative aspect of the research are published. If you have that, please send it to me. I'll take a look.
No, you are absolutely right. I don't believe in YouTubes because they can write anything. I was curious. Thank you so much for answering.
Thank you. Namaste. So, Ashok Thareja ji, you have a question? Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, my question is, in the book that you made a reference to where, somebody said, oh, are you doing a Shvasanayam or Pranayam? And I'd like you to kind of expand on that concept. That was just a passing sort of comment. But, it looks like we're doing a lot of deep breathing, many different ways of breathing. When does Shvasanayam breathing becomes pranayam really, focus on, and versus what kind of things we could distract us from pranayam to Shvasanayam, or also, these exercises we're doing the, mobility exercises, which are good by themselves, but when are they pranayam and when are they exercises?
Yes. Actually, for the benefit of everyone, in the book, the segment that Ashokji is referring to is actually in the experience of people who are part of the Himalayan Institute. There is the Swamiji who, he has a lot of these people who are sitting in front of him whom he is teaching pranayam. And the person is asking so much of technical details about the breath. Should it be at this speed? Should it be this move, that move kind of thing? And the Swamiji gets completely fed up and tells the person, what are you trying to do? Because what happens is, in any exercise we do in yoga, we always say, keep your awareness within, right? So when the awareness within, awareness is what moves the energy. But when you become technical, whether the stomach is moving, this is moving, that is moving kind of thing, in the technicality you lose the focus of how you're feeling inside, the sensations within. This is what the Swamiji was referring to. And that is the reason that I tell people again and again, keep your awareness within, observe within when you're doing. And but this was also a case relative to the question that was asked by this person was, at what speed should you do? Okay. So the thing is, you see, speed is not the criteria. It is the internal awareness and your capacity which is the criteria. This is what the Swamiji wanted to bring. Now, you see, what happens is when we compile the book, when some of us look through, because we have 5 people who are involved in the book, there were some things that we were not quite certain whether they really added much to the value of the book. And this was one of them, because we have already made it, because sometimes when people look at this, there are more questions rather than answers that have been given. But then what happened is, because within the various traditions, since we tried to bring the wisdom of multiple institutions together in this, and one of the person did it, we added this in. But the real component is internal awareness. Speed does not matter. And in fact, what happens is, when we do this Bhastrika Pranayam, as many of you know, technically, it is about full inhalation and full exhalation, right? But on the other hand, what happens is, when we talk about full inhalation, exhalation, we say that the belly must come out when the lower lobes of the lung breathes in, chest expands, shoulder pulls back. But what happens is, when people do this first time, they may not necessarily feel all of that, right? So we tell people, just one second, there is so people may not necessarily feel all of this element when they are doing the pranayam, the internal awareness, and they are more focused on the external element like speed, how much breath is going, which part of the body is moving. And that is the reason we tell people, don't worry. When a person is doing, look to see whether they are doing with ease. And once they have eased in, you can, if you find that their belly is not coming out enough and the lower lung breathing is not there, the diaphragmatic resilience is not there, then you can build on it slowly. But the key is the internal awareness and ease. That was the point over there, Ashokji.
So when you say in terms of keeping an awareness, and that's just general awareness of the feeling inside the body or any particular type of awareness?
No, just feeling awareness within. And I'll explain what that means a little more detail. You see, what happens is, as you work more and more in yoga, you realize that when you close your eyes and you mentally let go, this body becomes very inert and you don't even feel you're the body. It's like something that is outside the body that is the real thing that makes the body whatever you want to do. Now, in the case of pranayam, specifically, too often people think the pranayam is really the breath alone. In fact, for common people, it is the breath that gives energy and prana to the body, right? So, yes, pranayam has that extreme component in it. But the real effect of pranayam is the biomagnetism of the body. When energy flows, the magnetic profile of the body is enhanced. And so what happens is, when people can learn to tune themselves, whereby they can draw that same kind of magnetism from sources around, that magnetism that you can take in is the real prana. The breath is not the prana. The oxygen is not the prana. The real prana is the outcome of the breathing that enhances the biomagnetism in the body. That is the real prana. And that, when you have your awareness within, you can sense the sensations that are going in within. And that is what makes the real element pranayama. I guess that gives a little more clarity for you, Ashokji, right?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Got it. Thanks.
Namaskar, Dr. Rajan.
Yes. Namaste.
I have a question about the spinal mantra. You know, as we go through different mantras through different parts of the body, it's the vibration. What my question is that when you have that at a certain point, are there any physiological changes that happens? Has that been anything done on it? And if so, it can be used in any kind of ailments. And for how long should it be done? If that's so.
I cannot really answer your question to any level of satisfaction that calls it a proper physiological research. Okay. However, what I can give you is, I can give you perceptive feedback of people. Okay. So when we tested with about 40 people, about 70 or 80% of them actually felt tightness or pain in the along the area of the spine actually reduced for them. They were feeling better. Okay. Now, there were two cases among those 40 people who were actually long-term cases of a phenomenon where for one person, the knee was bothering this person and it would not bother normally while sitting. And this person would do everyday morning exercise for like 3 miles or 4 mile walk. The person will go every day for walking. And once a person does this walking, it would start, once he comes back, one of the knee would start paining. Okay. And it would take a while for it to slowly subside. Once he started doing this practice, the pain completely went away. He never got the pain again. Okay. So we don't know what physiological change happened in the knee area or whatever. So we don't have a way of knowing, but it did help that person, whatever. Now, the other person, this person had a long-term, some kind of defect in the neck, whereby the person could not turn the neck. There was always tightness. And this is a long-term person who is doing all the yogasanas, everything, and it would never go away. Once he started doing this, one day suddenly there was a pop while doing the practice after doing it for like a couple of weeks or so, and his neck got restored forever after that. Okay. So what is whether there is any structural change going in there or not, we don't know the answer. Okay. Because you see, in the first place, whether it is that knee or whether it is the neck, we would have needed some kind of imaging study or something to know what is the what was the structure before and whether there was any structural change thereafter, right?
Okay.
Now, but we do know that that mantras can create structural changes in the body. Okay. Now, this is very interesting because you see, so often you think in terms of biochemical reaction from a conventional medicine perspective, but biochemical reactions can create different kind of communications, the hormones, the proteins, whatever changes this thing, but it cannot change the shape of the heart. It cannot it cannot grow new things. That is the conventional medicine thinking, right?
Yes.
Now, what happened is we had one case which was absolutely validated, but that has not got anything to do with the spinal mantra. It has got to do with the mantra for the heart that we use. Okay. What happened was this person was evaluated. This person had a lot of shortness of breath, and the person was evaluated by his cardiologist with an echocardiogram. And they noticed that the person they estimated like 42% regurgitation of the mitral valve. 42% regurgitation of the mitral valve. And because the person had 2 heart attacks earlier in the lifetime, the conclusion was there were scar tissues that had distorted the annulus of the mitral valve, as a result of which the regurgitation was happening. Okay. Now, for those, Dr. Ramasud is a doctor, so I'm telling her in the doctor's language. If there are people who are missing what I'm saying is, the mitral valve is the valve in the left side of the heart that connects between the upper chamber, the atrium, and the lower chamber, that is the ventricle. And so what happens is that it's a bicuspid valve. That is, it's like if you have, some of you have in your in your entrance to your home, these two doors that open, wide doors, right? They close, and the door has a frame. The frame, of course, is for the heart, for this mitral valve, the frame is called the annulus. So you can imagine when the door opens and closes properly and the frame is intact, it will close properly. If for any reason the frame gets distorted, the doors won't close properly, right? So the thing is, basically in this case, the mitral valve, the annulus, which is the frame of the valves that is opening and closing, that got distorted. That was the conclusion. As a result of which, it was not closing and opening and closing properly. As a result of it, instead of the blood completely flowing from the top chamber in the left, the atrium, down into the ventricle, it would flow, and the top part of the heart contracts, and in response the bottom part contracts to send the circulation to all parts of the body. But what happens is, because the valve is not closing properly, 42% of the blood was going back into the atrium instead of circulating in the body. Okay, so this is a common person's explanation. So what happened was, for this person, he was a test case. So I told this person, and by the way, the cardiologist is also a good friend of mine. Okay, so I told this person, listen, don't tell anyone. Now, what the cardiologist had done is, he said there is no way in which to correct this without some kind of surgical intervention. And the person actually made an appointment with another doctor who was an expert in this area. And the idea had been, they would go inside the body and they would clamp the heart from outside to reshape the frame of the mitral valve, the annulus of the mitral valve, so that it will close properly. So with this, he made the appointment with the other doctor, a very well-known specialist. He used to be the president of the American Heart Association. So he made the referral to that doctor, and the appointment was 7 weeks away. So I told my friend, listen, do this mantra, let's see what happens, don't tell anyone. And what happened was, because the cardiologist is also within our social circle, after a week or so, this friend meets the cardiologist and he tells him, you know what, Rajan told me this mantra may help to fix, and that cardiologist got a shock of his life, because he knows me well, and he also has a great deal of faith in yoga, but his view of yoga was more from a physiological perspective. So what he said was, Rajanji should not be telling you these things. This is a structural defect, and no yoga can change a structural defect. Okay? And so what happened is, but this man had enough faith, he kept on doing the mantra. 7 weeks later, he goes to the specialist over there, he takes an MRI and tells him, you have 7% regurgitation, that is negligible, go home. Now we don't have to do anything for you. And he comes back, and actually both of us together, we went to his same cardiologist on the same echocardiogram machine where they had done. And by the way, his shortness of breath is gone. Okay, so you go, and he did another echocardiogram, and he looked in amazement. Yes, the regurgitation is only 7%. So you see, what happens is, mantras have the capability to do many things. And in fact, people who have been in the medical world for long years, and this particular cardiologist friend of mine, you see, what happens is, he tells me that there is an internal system within our body where modifications are possible. In fact, what happens is, there are in some cases, what happens is, even in the coronary artery, he was telling me, even though some arteries can get blocked, the person may never have symptoms because the heart has created new, pathways. And through the new pathways, it is taking care of things for that person. So the interesting part is, from his perspective, yes, the body has an intelligence of its own. And very often, from a medical perspective, people whose heart is not functioning very well, the heart, in order to increase its capacity, sometimes enlarges. The heart enlargement, many of you have heard of, right? Because of the weakness in the heart. When the heart enlarges, it enlarges because the capacity is not sufficient. It's trying to create more muscle and more blood flow to do inherently, which means the heart is not normal, right? But on the other hand, it may be the heart's mechanism in order to overcome its deficiency, in order to fulfill your life purpose, right? So the thing is, you see, there are various things that happen structurally. And in this one experience of this mitral valve annulus, effectively we reshaped the mitral valve with the mantra. And of course, when we say reshaping the mitral valve is not made out of metal. It is hard tissue, right? So they're harder than the rest of the muscle tissue. So to be able to reshape the mitral valve, the ability of what we can do with the spinal mantra, whether it is the soft tissues, whether it is the synovial fluids, or whether it is the rehydration of or better hydration of the discs along the spine. We don't know what it is that may be working, but the spinal mantra, for a large number of people, they actually felt better. And these two cases, what appeared to be some kind of a defect and it could have been a structural defect, we don't know, but we have no way of knowing. So that is the overall answer I can tell you related to the spinal mantra.
Thank you. Usually about how long a time it should be done if somebody has.
See, the thing is, the full recording may be available at the end of your email somewhere, but if the full recording is total of 12 minutes, okay? So you can just go through the full recording. Now, we over here do it typically for about 6 minutes, okay? Because we are doing so many other things, we are compressed for time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Dr. Rajan, this is Needu.
Yes.
Can I get that book you have, yoga book published?
Sure. It is actually there in Amazon. And you can ask your daughter Geeta to, go into Amazon.com and just put in the title, Yoga Concepts for Global Application. Actually,
Yoga concept of global application.
For global
actually, what I will do is, I will send you the link right now. And you can click on your computer and keep it on till your daughter comes. And you can ask her to do it right here. I will show you. So if you even if you go into the search and put in, if you do the search, yoga concepts for global application, then that book will come up on Amazon. See? Okay, so yoga concepts for global application. What I will do is I will make a copy of this link and I'm going to put it into the chat box here. And as soon as you get the link, you can click on it. Okay, I'm going to send it to everyone.
Thank you.
So as soon as you get it, you can click on it. You can click on it right now. You have it. The moment you click on it, what will happen is it'll open out that page for you. Leave it on over there in your computer. And once your daughter comes, she'll know what to do.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, thoughts?
Okay. Click on the
Click on the whatever is you have see on the chat box. Click
okay.
on. Click it on it right now. It will take you into the web page.
Okay, just a minute. I have a laptop. I don't know this is
Yeah. Laptop is fine. Just click on it.
okay. Not being clear.
Anybody else? Anything else? So in that case, we can close for today. So Neeruji, I'll keep the connection on. So until you have been able to click on.
Okay, just hold on.
Namaste, everyone. See you all.
Dr. Rajan, for explaining everything. Thank you so much.
Yes. डॉक्टर राजन जैसे इस पे उन्होंने वो करी
Enter your email address. Okay. What is your password? I really don't know. ये आपने क्या किया?
नहीं ये तो अपने आप ही हो गया उन्होंने ये तो कल कर देंगे
Okay. Leave. No, not
वेब
leave webinar.
उन्होंने कहा कि मैं तुम
Yes, sir. Okay.
ये
Okay.
या डॉक्टर राजन ये दे
Then you have to. Okay.
How come it's not
Double.
hello
Hey, doctor has already left, right?
I see okay
Already left. He's already left.
but I can get done tomorrow तो वो करते उसमें
Which book?
योगा की एक खुद किताब है मैं ऑर्डर करना वो कहते हैं अमेज़न पे है तो ऑर्डर करनी थी मुझे
Maybe I can show you the book. I have the
Yes,
book.
please. Yes,
Oh.
please. Yeah, thank you.
Just 1 minute.
Sure, sure. So this is on Amazon, right?
Here is the book. And,
Okay.
you know, my son ordered it on the
concept
Amazon. Can you see it?
yeah yoga
Yoga concept. Okay,
for-
I'm just looking right now. I'm on Amazon. Yoga concept.
for
This is
global
yoga concept for global application.
for global application thank you so much the textbook it
I'm
text
just looking. Okay, yes, I found yoga concept for global application.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yoga application.
Yeah, maybe you can. Yes.
global
Okay, I saw it.
I don't know. It's really hard to. You got it?
Yeah,
Yes, so just yoga application for
Yoga-
global.
Yoga concept for global application.
Okay, a yoga concept.
Yoga concept.
for global application.
Yeah, now you can see that name. Yoga
Yes,
concept
yes,
for
yes, I saw it.
global application.
Yes, I found the book. Yes, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Sindhu ji.
So so this is life in your, oh, this is different thing. Okay. I can- Order. Yeah, that's
हाँ,
perfect.
ये नोट्स पे है ना Amazon से तो
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just adding now right now.
42 पे है.
Yes,
चलो फिर.
yes, I can do that. Anything else? This is only the book, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's there? No. You done? Or you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
leave the-
yeah.
Should I
Okay,
turn
तो
off?
चलिए.
No, yeah, यहाँ से बंद कीजिए ना. Leave. You have to do the leave.
अच्छा, मैं तो कर लूँ.
ये है ना बटन?
हाँ है तुम पर मैं तो बंद ही कर देती हूँ.
That's not good idea. Then it's saying leave webinar.